They say your home is where your heart is. But in my neighborhood, it belonged to the HOA. My name's Ethan Miller, 38 years old, graphic designer, and apparently a threat to the color gray. Yeah, this is the story of how my HOA tried to control my house, and how I turned their own rules into my personal art project. The beginning. It started one ordinary morning when I found a letter taped to my front door. The big red stamp on top said, "Notice of violation." I opened it and almost laughed. Apparently my house color, slate gray, was too faded. The HOA demanded I repaint the entire exterior within 30 days, or they'd start fining me $100 a day. Now here's the thing. I had repainted that house just 3 years ago. Same approved color, same brand. It was perfectly fine. But the HOA president, Nancy Bright, didn't like it. She said it looked gloomy and uninviting. She wanted it more cheerful. The problem. I emailed her back. "Hey Nancy, I checked the HOA color guide. Slate gray is still approved." She replied with a single sentence. "Rules change, Mr. Miller, keep up." And she attached a new guideline approved the day before. Now gray was off the list. They'd literally changed the rules overnight. That's when I realized it wasn't about paint. It was about control. The idea. I could have just repainted. But where's the fun in that? I spent that night staring at my house, thinking. Then I had an idea, a perfect idea. If they wanted me to follow their rules, I'd give them exactly that. The plan. I printed every single page of the HOA Community Aesthetic Handbook. All 47 of them. Rules like: mailbox must be beige. Trash cans can't be visible from the street. Driveway cracks must not exceed ½ an inch. And my favorite. Homes must reflect harmony and compliance. Harmony and compliance, huh? Let's make that the theme. I called my friend Liam, a mural artist. When I told him my plan, he burst out laughing. "You're actually serious." Dead serious. The masterpiece. We started painting that weekend. Not just a color, but words. We painted my entire house gray again, the same band color. But this time, every wall was covered in white lettering. Big, bold, readable text, every single HOA rule printed across the house like wallpaper. Across the garage door, it said, Section 4B, paint colors must be pre-approved by the HOA. On the mailbox, Article 12, mailbox must be beige. Even the roof edge had writing. Article 18, roofline modifications must be approved in writing. The whole thing looked like a giant art exhibit. Beautiful, sarcastic, and absolutely legal. The reaction. By Monday morning, the neighborhood group chat exploded. Photos of my house were everywhere. Some people were laughing, others were furious. Nancy, of course, was the loudest. She showed up at my door, red-faced and shaking. "What is this, Ethan?" she yelled. "It's paint," I said innocently. "Just like you asked." "You painted words." "Yep, from the HOA rulebook, you know, the one you sent me." She blinked, speechless. "You said I had to repaint and follow the rules." "So I did, I followed every rule, literally." The meeting. That night there was an emergency HOA meeting. Half the neighborhood showed up. Nancy tried to declare my paint job a violation. But one of the board members, an older guy named Tom, interrupted. "Technically," he said, "the handbook only says the paint must be HOA approved and not offensive." He turned to me. "Ethan, what color is your paint?" "Slate gray," I said. the exact shade on the original approved list. Nancy glared, but the words, "It's mocking us." Tom shrugged. "There's nothing in the rules that says you can't write them on your house." The room erupted in laughter. The internet finds out. Someone recorded the meeting and posted it online. Within days, my house was trending on TikTok and Reddit. The rulebook house. Thousands of people loved it, calling it the ultimate HOA revenge. Some even drove by just to take pictures. The HOA's inbox got flooded with emails from people around the country, praising the creativity and mocking their obsession with control. The ending. 3 weeks later, the board quietly voted to rescind the repaint order. They also added a new rule to the handbook. No text or writing may be displayed on exterior walls. But it didn't matter, because by then, a local art gallery had contacted me. They wanted to feature photos of my house in an exhibit called Suburban Expression. Nancy hated it. But I just smiled every morning, sipping coffee in front of my rulebook house, while tourists stopped to take pictures. Sometimes compliance is the best rebellion. They told me to paint my house, so I painted their control for everyone to see. Fade out, uplifting indie music. The camera pans over the house, gray walls, bold white text glowing in the sunset.